So I'm just looking into the job with the client now, and I've found we've got the Grundfos electric. It's the old style pump. The big issue is the flow issue, and I've got a feeling, looking at that, I can stop my pump quite easy. So that's telling me that the pump potentially is on its way out, or it's wearing down as well. The propeller's on the back a bit faulty, so boiler might not be required here. Right, morning guys, how are we? So I've just gotten out of that job now. We got called to that job, customers requesting your boiler. I've had a few other people look at it and said, oh look, we advise we're getting your boiler. I've done a few checks and stuff. I've given the boiler a quick look at and stuff, and I'm quite happy with the boiler. It seems to work fine. What I found is the boiler cycling. So straight away I said, is the system full of debris? He said no, I had it flushed 2 years ago, there's no debris and stuff in the system. I said I don't think the boiler's the issue here. It's an external pump, external controls. The thermostat on that system is reading at 23 degrees. The house temperature currently near the stat is 17 degrees. I've checked with the thermometer. So straight away we need to replace the thermostat because that's giving it false readings, which again won't really affect the performance of the system. Well, it will affect the performance, but it won't affect obviously what is going on. What I found is the system is cycling. When I say it's cycling, the boiler's firing up for short periods, but very often. And the reason being with that is the heat is not getting away from the boiler. So the heat's being drawn to the pump, but from there it's not dispersed on the heat system. Now you'll just seen that last snippet that I've basically whipped the pump head off and been jamming a screwdriver in it. What that has done, it's actually freed whatever it was up, and the heat is getting around the system a lot more. I believe this customer only needs a new pump and a thermostat. Now we could have come in here and said, look, you need a new boiler, but we aren't the company to do all that. You know, we're going to try, if we were replacing the boiler, we would replace the pump anywhere. So we can go on the road first, replace the pump and the start, and I'll be honest with you, I think it'll be put the job to bed, say to the customer, the money you're going to spend on the boiler, get yourself an all day, enjoy it. Do you know, and that creates and builds a customer for life. Do you know, just being honest and giving honest opinions, and that's the way to do it. Could have walked in there with a sales pitch like you need a new boiler, and I would have said they need a new boiler if they needed one, but in this instance, I don't think they do. Do you know, we're here to make money and make a profit, but we're not here to rip people off, so we give honest advice, like I say. So today's visit is never still chargeable, because I've done a little bit of work, so we'll get the charge our call out, which is standard. You know, that is business all over. They're paying for the knowledge and the service, and then I will speak to Dale. I've just sent it all back on Job Logic, and then he reiterate that and then give it back to the client. So next one I'm heading to is an issue with a client that's gas bills are going through the roof, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with the system. We fit the boiler 2 years ago, all set up kilowatt rate and everything to the appliance. I just believe it's just what's going on in the world and the cost of gas. So this is where I'm at now to come to this ideal, I can't know what it is, it's a system boiler, 30 kilowatt system, S30. The issue with this is the clients reported that the gas bill's quite high. Bear in mind they've got an Aga, so they've got an Aga installed on here, as well as a, I'm not that down because that temperature does not want to be that hot. They've got an Aga. And I've also got a gas fire that's got a constant pilot on, so I'm going to whip the gas fire off because I don't need that. The Aga as well is on 24/7, as you can appreciate. It's gas fired Aga, so that produces the hot water. It also produces heat in the kitchen area. Then we've got the boiler as well. The boiler's obviously been installed. It's got a thermostat on it, so it's running at about 21 degrees. It's modulating, doing what needs to be done. I think the big issue here, like I say, is the Aga. Nevertheless, they've had a bill for £4,000. I'm going to give the boiler a quick once I've a quick service, see what's going on inside, and then I'm going to carry out a gas test as well. But I can't remember how old this is. It's not that old. It's look how clean it is inside. Nothing wrong with that. I'll give it a quick service, check the flow gas analysis, check everything out on it, and go from there. So what I'm doing here is I've got the boiler now running at maximum rate, so I'm just testing the readings on the boiler, running through with it. I'm happy with the way the boiler's running. Boiler slot, system control, just switching off and stuff. I just believe it's just generally the cost of gas at the moment. It's never, we can't get away from it. So bench worked on the service work imperative that we fill these out. Reason being is when our deal come out to this, if there's ever a warranty call in the future, they've got the booklet ready to go. So I've got my software here. See if I can get it to load. So what I'll do, even though I've filled the benchmark out as well, I'll still do certificate. So we use a system called Job Logic. I need to go to gas service maintenance checklist. I can add all my details there. So I can add, obviously, it's independent. Independent there. And then obviously I can put on what model it is. So we've got the S30 here. Then type is heat, it's a system boiler. System boiler there. See, I've got about a minute, so I can go through all that. Once I've done that, you can. Well, I've got to fill in fields in, but once you've done that, it's a good bit of system. I can go through the full thing. Leave an issue copy with the client in their booklet there, and this goes straight to the office. So again, being gas safe, I need to make sure everything's paramount above board. Right, so what I'm on with now, I'm just doing a gas test, which is a 112 test. I'm not going to go too much into it. Reason being is, you're at gas safe, shouldn't touch on gas. But in a nutshell, there's a few factors coming into light on this job. Like I say, I've got a gas fire, that's the part light is on 24/7, so the customer can use it easy. I've instructed, they need to turn that off constantly. It is only a pallet, but obviously it is running all the time. Also, the other issue is we've got an Arga in there, which they are great and they are nice, but the Arga does the hot water as well, and that will set a maximum. The water's boiling hot, doesn't need to be that hot, so I'm going to knock the Arga temperature down as well, so that'll aid with it as well. They've got an electric oven which they'll use, so that'll help with that one. And same for the gas boiler, we had that set at about 65 degrees there for the radiators. I'm going to knock that right down to about 50. I think it's more than ample. Like I say, we'd set it at 50 originally, but I think the client's since turned it up. But I don't think the boiler's the issue. I think the big issue is common factors is the Arga on 24/7, the heat on that is ridiculous. The hot water loss through it is massive. And we've got the pallet flame on for the gas fire as well. And it's horrible really, because the government is pushing us to get rid of gas. So with them doing that, the people like yourself to pay more, like myself and like yourselves as well, we are paying more on gas prices. But it's catch-22, we can put a full new system in, but then you pay for that system and it's the same. So it's a tricky one really, but we'll get this gas test done, get this sound off and on to the next one. So I just want you all to know that this is real life. We are currently in Cotton, me and Dale, stuck in traffic because I've broke down again. So I've just put 1100 quid into that on Friday. He's put numerous parts on it, said the van's mint, it'll keep going forever. Famous last words. Luke's crashed his van. But the main thing I want to say about this is we are being positive, aren't we, Dale?
Trying, yeah.
Dale's kindly keeping me going, just jumping the battery off. I'm going to drive it straight to the mechanics and say, what the fuck have you done to this? Get it back on the road. Luckily, Luke, Dale's has the job, so Luke's the job off us. I'll still try to get some tool jobs if this gets going. Now, I ain't a mechanic, how we Dale, but battery is charging, it's just not getting charged. So we've diagnosed it with faulty alternator, haven't we? Faulty alternator or the loose connection. We'll let you guys decide, leave it in the comments.
Charging care whatsoever, you've already paid your bill. We'll take the ticket will be here regarding
I'm just in the office with this guy listening to speak to clients. It's killing me this. I'm waiting for the thing to see what's going on. I put parts from like I say last week. So not a further one, so I'm now going to head out in Dale's car and go jobbing from the Beast. So we're going to go jobbing in the Beast, aren't we, Dale?
Yeah.
My van's gone funny again. You stressed?
No, Brock.
You'll probably see me Monday at some point up there, anyway, so I'll be going upstairs getting after it.
You're Swarzen, you're fair for your last day.
Vamos.
I'm definitely not going
Where's
last
my
night.
keys? You are it.
No, Vamos, man.
There's a van got.
Who's got the keys?
He's leaving. Where you going, Matt?
Australia.
How long for?
About a year.
Do you reckon we're back?
We're back in 3 years, so I spoke with money.
See where he's in.
He's pulling up front now.
Shush.
Quiet.
Right outside, boys.
As soon as that door opens,
Yeah.
Matt.
Let the door shut.
Let the door
Pussy. To see.
No kid.
Sounded like a bomb.
They're like, what the fuck? Someone's being killed. So the cannons have gone off. George has got the sandwiches. Tell the fans, Matt, truthfully, what's going on?
Stu's been our flight to Melbourne, Australia.
He's done a year travelling. You need a visa.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm only telling you for your own. I've got turned away. Yeah, you're not coming.
He has to come back. Imagine that straight back on the flight. He looks, he's flapping again. He's flapping again. Look, he's thinking now. He's like, shit.
You do. Look at it. If I allowed in, I wouldn't. I still wouldn't come back here.
Dale. Dale.
I rang you up today to say.
Yeah, that's stuff you got.
Well, what's the matter?
All he's got to do is drill a hole in the plasterboard to get the cables in the centre.
I'm sure part of the job ain't done.
Listen.
Part of your job was meant to put the electrical feed down so the electrician can go and attack.
We are electricians. In the nicest sense possible.
We knew, but you were the borders and you boarded it, didn't you? So you've got to put it in an adequate position for the other trades to come in and do their job.
Well,
It's a final YouTuber, Matt, innit? Do you reckon he'll send us any footage?
No.
Why?
Why do we need a pass? It's going goes for a year, mate. I can't answer.